Visualization can be extremely powerful in performing better, getting more stuff done, into creating your reality, into becoming a different person. You can actually change who you are as a human being, change behaviors, habits in your life radically and quickly with the power of visualization. The challenge is not really a lot of people explain how to visualize correctly. And so I want to share with you how to visualize correctly so you can really understand how you work. When you understand how you work, you can work with how you work, and that will help your visualizations way better and 10 times more powerful. Let's get started. Hey superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. I'm a subconscious mind specialist. Thank you for watching my videos and coming back here and leaving the comments and watching all of my videos. I really appreciate you watching all of my videos. I offer a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com where you can go get a diagnosis on what's going on in your subconscious mind, blocking you from getting to that next level, whether that's resistance, procrastination, you got overwhelmed, you get anxiety around your dreams, your goals, you're worried about what other people think of you. I can help you shift that. We can help you shift that. It all starts with a free subconscious mind diagnosis session, and you can get that at neutralityshifting.com. There'll be a link in the description. We're going to be talking about how to visualize correctly and really how to really make it a part of your subconscious mind so you can really create your reality and make momentum in your behaviors, your habits, and stuff like this. Okay, so the first thing that we need to understand and how to visualize correctly is we need to understand the different modalities that we have within our being. Okay, so we got this system called VAK, okay, V-A-K, visual audio kinesthetic. Okay, and so this was something that's taken out of neuro-linguistic programming, that we all experience life differently, we all learn differently, and so we want to visualize in the way that we like to learn. I'm a kinesthetic learner. I like to learn through practically doing stuff. If I'm not practically doing it, it's harder for me to retain the information. And so if it's harder for me to retain the information, and let's say I was doing a visualization visually, it's not going to really reprogram into me. Whereas if I'm acting out the visualization, or I'm seeing myself doing something practically in terms of the visualization, now it's going to work a lot better for me because I'm actually invoking my emotions and my feelings when it comes to visualization. And so what I would ask you to find out which is your most dominant way of learning is just ask yourself, what are you experiencing right now? Okay. Just ask yourself that. What am I experiencing right now? And just notice what you say. What are you experiencing? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you say, what am I experiencing right now? So some of you will say, hey, I see stuff in front of me. I see the curtains. I see my laptop in front of me, and there's a clock behind. I see, right? So that means you're a visual person. If you're someone that says, I can hear the birds outside, I can hear the cars driving past, or whatever it is, you are an audio learner. You learn through audio. That's your dominant thing. Okay. If you said, I feel a certain way, I feel love, or I feel joy, I feel heavy, or I feel whatever, you're a feeler, you're a kinesthetic. And so you learn through practically doing things, or you learn through your feelings and your emotions. And so we want to use, with our visualization, our most dominant way of learning. That means we're going to retain the information, which means it becomes a memory and it gets stored in our mind. When it becomes a memory, now it's an automatic program. Now it's within your subconscious mind, and now you can go create the reality that you want from a subconscious level rather than from a conscious level. Not that there's anything bad with manifesting on a conscious level. I think it's important to know how to create on a conscious level. It's just that we need to know how to visualize and create what it is that we want. So you're consciously knowing how to do it by learning this video. So V-A-K, VAK, visual audio kinesthetic, find out which one you are. Okay. Then once you've got that, when it comes to visualizing, you should be visualizing with the intention that it's normal. You need to visualize with the intention that it's normal. So if you're visualizing something that you want, it needs to be normal. If you're visualizing you changing a particular behavior about yourself, maybe for me, one of the behaviors that I wanted to implement into my life is to follow schedules and plan my day and do all of this stuff. I couldn't do it before. And I literally couldn't. I thought I could never be, someone who follows schedules. I just made it up in my mind. I had this identity or personality that says I can't follow schedules or I don't follow schedules. I am creative. I used to say, I am a creative person. I'm creative. And so all I could create in my mind was that of being creative and not that of being someone who follows schedules and has discipline, right? And so I had to visualize me being able to do things more practically and plan things out and having more structure. However, when I was visualizing me trying to be more practical, planning and all this stuff, I'm visualizing it as something that's not normal or abnormal or hard to grasp, right? And so what you can do is you can find someone, celebrity, someone that you know from social media or whatever it is, and you can tell that they're very disciplined or whatever it is. In this example, we're talking about discipline and planning, right? So you can find someone, for me, it's someone like Tony Robbins. I know for a fact this dude is disciplined and he takes massive action and he plans, all right? And so what I can do is I can feel how it feels for him. So I can float out of my body. Just imagine myself floating out of my body into Tony Robbins, and I'm going to see through his eyes. I'm going to experience what he experiences. I'm going to feel what he feels. I'm going to see what he sees. I'm going to hear what he hears. I'm going to think how he thinks, almost as if I am him, and feel what it feels like to be disciplined, feels what it feels like to be productive and structured and have plans and structure my day and plan my day. And when you feel these particular emotions, I realize, wow, it's nothing to him. It's not on a pedestal. He's not using willpower. He's not trying to plan his day. It's just totally normal. It's just totally normal for him to plan his day. It's not a big thing. It's not a big deal. That's just what we do. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do, right? So for him, it's just like, yeah, it says, okay, let's plan. You know, it's like an emptiness. There's no willpower required or thinking or anything like that. There's no thinking process. It's just something that we do. We can't help but do that. And so I realized that it's totally normal for him to, you know, plan his day. And so I come back into my body and I realize that when I'm doing my visualization now, I just have to visualize it with that same feeling of it being normal, neutral, and natural for me to have. So if you're wanting a new car, new home, dream lifestyle, traveling the world, making more money, dream life partner, all this stuff, make it normal and natural within your being. When you make it normal and natural within your being, you'll realize that that's how people operate anyway who have what it is that they want. They think it's normal to have $1 million in the bank. You know, they don't think it's a big deal. You know, some people, if we look at someone like Donald Trump, he was someone that was, you know, very successful financially, and then he lost all of his money. He was in a lot of debt, and then he got it all back. Okay. Now, the reason he was able to do that is because it's normal for him to be that level of success. You see, it's normal in his subconscious mind. Okay. Now, that's what we want to do in our lives, and realize that, you know, someone who has their dream life partner and they're married and they're healthy, happily married, it's that way for them because it's totally acceptable, it's totally normal and natural for them to have that in their lives. And so we need to visualize with the intention of it being normal. Otherwise, there's going to be conflict. Otherwise, there's going to be a gap between what you want and where you are right now. Even with behavior, if you're visualizing the behavior, right, and you want to be in a certain way, you need to see that behavior as normal. So whether it's material, external success, or internal success, intrinsic success, you need to realize that it's normal to be that way, or have that feeling, or have that emotion, or be in that state, all right, or be that productive, or whatever it is. So you need to make sure it's normal. Very important step. Most people, they visualize it on a pedestal, like it's hard to get, it's something to obtain, it's something that's going to come in the future, it's something out there. No, it's just normal. It already is within you right now, just totally normal. Okay. So the next step, this is where we're going to be looking at the different levels of visualization. So level one, the first level, is you want to visualize through your own system, your body. Okay. So if I'm visualizing a behavior, I'm seeing myself do the behavior through my own eyes. Okay. Or I'm feeling through my own eyes, or I'm hearing through my own eyes. I don't know how you can hear through your own eyes, but you know what I mean. you're experiencing through yourself, first person, you. Okay, have you ever seen those video games where it's first person? You know, you got the gun, and like, you know, you're going around, right? That's first person. If you can't see them and you're just seeing arms, that's first person. Okay. Second person is when you can actually see the character now. So you're looking at yourself do the activity. Okay, you're looking at yourself driving that car or being in that relationship. So first person is you're in that relationship and you're like, and you're doing it, you know? Oh yeah, right? And then second person is now you're seeing yourself do that. Okay, you want to do it on each of these levels, okay? Third person is now you are seeing someone else who you admire, who you love, who's compassionate, who's got good love for people and you and stuff like this, right? They're seeing you, you know, in that relationship or having the money or having the car, and it's totally acceptable. It's totally normal for you to be that way. In the example that I used before of Tony Robbins and being normal to be productive and to plan your day, I would use Tony Robbins. So I would see Tony Robbins, right? And Tony Robbins would be looking at the relationship or the productivity, whatever it is. And he would be saying, hey, that's okay to have. That's normal to have. That's natural to have. That's just normal. All right. So all of these levels you want to visualize as normal. First level, you're seeing through your own eyes. So if it's like romance and you're dancing, right? First person, you're actually doing it, right? You want to see it like that through your own eyes. So essentially, you only want to be seeing your arms right now in this visualization at this level. You only want to see your arms and seeing the other person in front of you. All right, that's all you want to be seeing. Okay, because you can't see yourself, you can't see your face, you can't see all of this stuff. Okay. Second person is like you're watching a movie, right? You're watching a movie on the movie screen and you can see yourself doing the dance. So in this example, maybe you're behind yourself and you can only see the back of your head or whatever it is, and you can see their arms. Or maybe you want to turn it to the side and you can see both parties and you're hugging or whatever it is, right? That's second person. Okay. Third person is you want to go ahead and add someone else to the picture. If it was relationships, maybe a love coach or, you know, someone who's got, a successful, healthy and romantic relationship. You have them come in and almost like provide their emotional touch, their perspective on it. And the perspective that they have is that's totally acceptable. That's totally normal to have. Okay, here's why you want to do this third step and why it's so important. Okay, most people are visualizing this way. I think a lot of people visualize them seeing themselves. Okay, you want to do both levels. Okay, the reason why you want to do this level is going to be real to you. Okay, and the reason you want to do this level is you can see it happening and you can see the experience from a different perspective. All right, the reason you want to do it this level is it makes it acceptable, which I'm going to be talking about now. You want to make what you want acceptable. You want to make it acceptable to your subconscious mind. If it's unacceptable to your subconscious mind, then it's going to be hard for you to reprogram, because a lot of us function in this reality based on other people's opinions, based on what other people think is normal. For example, okay, I was going to show you my phone, but I'm recording on my phone right now. So it's acceptable for people to have a mobile phone. That's why everyone pretty much has a mobile phone. In fact, you're probably watching me on a mobile phone right now, right? Because I know 70% of you, 75% of you watch my videos from a mobile device because it shows in my YouTube analytics. And then I think it's like 10%, 10 or 20% watch from a computer. So you have a computer or you have a mobile phone, everyone has one. So other people's opinions of you having a computer doesn't matter. It's acceptable. However, the paradigm of having a healthy, loving, or romantic relationship might be not acceptable to you. Or you're worried about other people's opinions about who you're with. Let's say, in my race, and sometimes, they judge, a black person going out with a white person and vice versa, And so it might be that having, $1 million in the bank is unacceptable because everyone, it kind of like pulls away from the tribe, the family dynamic that we've always been struggling with money. And this is the normal, right? And so if you become successful financially, now you're abnormal, and these people, your family and your tribe, are going to judge you for being successful. And so it's important to make it acceptable. That's why you got to see it as normal. It's important to make it acceptable. That's where you got to see another person saying it's okay. Someone that you look up to, someone who you admire, saying, hey, it's totally freaking okay to have what it is that you want. Okay, so you got to do that third person level to make it acceptable and feel the feelings of that. Oh, they could be celebrating you. They could be saying, yes, well done, you done it. Like, it's totally normal. It's totally acceptable. And if you're unable and struggling to get to the level of being acceptable and you feel resistance, there should be no resistance. It should be completely normal. Okay, if you feel like it's unacceptable and you're pushing it away and you're not unable to visualize, or when you're visualizing something negative comes into your mind or whatever, you've got negative emotions, negative feelings, that means it's not acceptable. Okay, there's a subconscious program stopping you from visualizing that completely and fluidly and feeling totally normal and visualizing through the whole process. And so if it's unacceptable, you want to question why it's unacceptable until it becomes acceptable. You want to question the unacceptable thing that's showing up, the feeling, the emotion. Why do I feel bad about this? Okay, you want to question it. I feel bad about this because of blank. And I feel bad about it because, blank, 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 blank. I feel bad about, and you keep on asking why I feel bad about it. Is it true that I should feel bad about this? Is it normal for me to be, is this just my conditioning that thinks bad about this or whatever it is? So you keep on questioning. When you question a belief, you dismantle the belief. You break down the belief. The more you question the belief, the more it breaks down. So you keep on questioning, giving it new perspectives, until it becomes totally 100% acceptable. No feeling at all that you should not have that. There should be no feeling at all that you should not have that. No part of you should be resistant. You shouldn't be anxious. You shouldn't have this feeling of it's something new or something big, because it should be totally normal. It shouldn't be something new, big, out there. I'm going to have to work hard. I'm going to have to do all this stuff. That should be not a part of your paradigm at all. It just should be totally normal for you to have, because you're not thinking about that when it comes to your mobile phone. You're not thinking about that when if I wanted to go downstairs and make a cup of tea. You're not thinking I have to believe and I have to, things is a big thing, right? You got to understand it's got to be totally normal, totally natural on all levels of your being, okay? And so this process right here, the questioning part, is kind of the challenging part, and that's what we help people with. I guide people through the process of that, and we have courses and programs on how to actually do that in a really powerful way, to really question your subconscious mind and change beliefs so that it becomes totally normal and totally natural. And you can begin by getting a free subconscious mind diagnosis session at neutralityshifting.com. Right, there'll be a link in the description where you can go check that out to find out what's going on in your subconscious, what's holding you back from getting to that next level in your business, making it more successful, making more money, just being more productive, maybe planning, being more structured. Maybe you was like me, where I was unstructured and I was a creative and I couldn't sit down and be disciplined and get stuff done. I was all over the place, right? Now I'm able to just be very consistent, get stuff done, be productive, and it's automatic. It's not something that I'm trying to do. It's just a way of being. I can't help but do it now, and I like it and I actually enjoy it, and it feels good because I've reprogrammed in it a way that I feel good about taking action and being planned and being structured. And now I'm seeing results from it. I'm seeing more income, I'm seeing more money show up in my life and all this stuff. I'm like, wow, okay, this works. And so it feeds the personality, it feeds this new way of being, and so I want to do it more and more and more and more. Okay, so I'm automatically creating a snowball of success for myself, and you can have the same too. So start with a free subconscious mind diagnosis session. You can go to neutralityshifting.com to go ahead and get that. There'll be a link in the description where you can go check that out as well. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Click this free subconscious mind diagnosis session.